Things are just crazy these days.
Things are crazy.
They're just crazy.
No, I think they're crazier than you do.
I was reading this article the other day.
Oh, I read that article. I read the same article, yeah.
Okay, well, the point that they were making...
Actually, I'm reading a whole book on the topic right now, and
okay.
It's pretty good. If you're just starting out, it's a good book, but they get a lot of the history kind of wrong. But other than that, I'd recommend it.
Right. Anyway, the point that they were trying to make is that politics is just a game of poker.
No, politics is a game of chess. Politics is a game of chess. I mean, you've got a king and a queen. What's more political than that?
Well, there are kings and queens in poker too, but...
It's different because chess, it's a game of strategy and a game of risk.
Well, you don't think that poker is a game of strategy and risk?
Poker is for cavemen.
Okay.
Chess is for the intellectual, and I guess, well, I might be a little intellectual.
Oh, well, anyway, I was talking to Jared about it, actually. Do you know Jared?
Yeah, I know Jared. I'm pretty sure I knew him longer than you. I actually slept with his girlfriend once, so it's a little awkward between us.
Okay, well, Jared thought that...
I wouldn't listen to Jared. I mean, he's a good guy, but he's got a bit of an inflated sense of self. I don't think he knows what he's talking about most of the time.
I actually think Jared's a good guy. He's really good at poker.
Yeah, but I'm good at chess.
Hey, guys. Nag here, and, well, I know it's a cliche to thank your listeners, but I just wanted to take a minute to tell you just, well, how elated I am to have you as a listener. I may be host and executive producer, but I also feel like I'm a fan. And, well, even if you've got a different anthropology podcast that you like, or another favorite show altogether, we here at AUD COG want you to tell people about it. All this year, we're asking listeners to use the hashtag PlutToApp, or please listen up to this or any podcast. That's any with a Y. So get the word out to your stepchildren or your godmother or even your boss's pets. That's hashtag PlutToApp. Okay, back to the show. It's Eavesdropping on Men. Silicon Valley. It's become the most influential valley on the planet. It's a wellspring of innovation filled with dreamers, utopians, and some of the most advanced minds imaginable, all imagining a dream-filled utopia. But unlike most people's dreams, which are achieved merely by falling asleep, these dreamers need skill, connections, and yes, money. That's where venture capitalists come in, or VCs. So, in our next recording, we'll hear the kind of meeting between one visionary who's pitching what could be the next Facebook, Twitter, or AUD COG to a financier. Let's take a listen.
Mr. President and CEO, I don't want to waste your time, and I don't have time to waste. Do you think I have time to waste? Because I don't have time to waste. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get right down to business. I have an opportunity for you that One World, One Love Com, LLC, cannot afford to miss out on. Okay, perfect. You are paying attention to me, and that's what the book said you would be doing at this point. Okay, we live in an unprecedentedly interconnected world. People are communicating using as many devices as possible to express themselves to one another and to the world. And what I call this is the self-expression interconnectedness paradigm. People want to show off to the world exactly who they are and why they are that way. And so what my company has been doing is we have been developing the best new tool for self-expression that this world has ever seen. And what am I talking about? I am talking about novelty Jewish ringtones. That's right, ringtones. Those little things that go off in your pocket and you find them so annoying. But what if you didn't find them annoying? What if they were another way for you to show off exactly who you are to the world? Let me give you an example. Okay, what do all young Jews listen to? You're right, gangster rap. Now, what is their ringtone normally? You're right, Apple gives them one, and it's never any fun, and it's never showing you that I am a Jew and that I love gangster rap. So let me play for you the gangster rap rendition ringtone of Oh Say Shalom, the traditional Jewish song. Take a listen. Hey homie, can you give me a second? My phone is ringing, I love gangster rap, and I'm Jewish. Okay, Now listen to this. What do all millennials love? They love nostalgia. They love harping on a time that they can barely even remember because they would rather be in their mom's wombs than in this horrible world that we are inheriting. So, how do we harness this power of nostalgia with the interconnectivity paradigm with ringtones? You got it. So, here's what we did. We came up with the Beverly Hills Cop theme song music version of Hava Nagila for nostalgic, loving Jews with cell phones. Let's listen. Okay, I've got another one for you. Now, despite what you might think, there are Jews who love to what? Love to dance. And what are kids dancing to these days? It's called house music. Now, I know, is it in a house? No. I don't know why it's called that, but what we did is we took market research and we've distilled it down to find the band that represents the house music that young people are dancing to these days, and the name of the band is the Venga Boys. Kids love dancing to the Venga Boys, but what about young Jews? Well, they love the dreidel song. Again, going back to nostalgia. See what we're doing here? So what we did is we made a version of dreidel in the style of the ever popular group, the Venga Boys. Let's listen. Now, I can see what you're thinking. Wait, no, shut up. I can see what you're thinking. You're thinking, what about the old folks? We're focusing a lot on millennials here. We're focusing a lot on Gen Xer slackers here. But what about the baby boomers? They have cell phones. They get phone calls. What plays when somebody calls them and they are Jewish and they are a baby boomer? And I will tell you, what we did is we took the non-stop memory explosion that is malt shop music, jukebox music from the childhood of the baby boomers. And we combined it with Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu. Let's take a listen. Now, sir, your mind is clearly blown. I want to get your feedback on this, but before I do, let me tell you that this is a business opportunity that you're... Oh, wait, I already said that earlier. So what do you think?
What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? What do I think? I think this idea is asinine. I don't see any market for this. The ringtone boom is way over. And anyway, we have a long-standing deal with Apple already. Their pre-existing ringtones send subliminal messages to users to further our Zionist agenda, so I don't see how this is useful to me at all.
Oh, that's interesting, because I was thinking about going down to the Apple store and advocating for a one-state solution.
Let's go.
This is Eavesdropping on Men. I'm your host, guys. Josh. When men are boys, they have many chances to gather, whether it's in the cafeteria, or on the baseball field, or on 4chan. And as we age, it can get more and more difficult to find ways to get together with other men. But our next recording will buck this trend. We're going to hear the first gathering of a group of men, all bonded by one common interest. Let's take a listen.
Okay, are you the last one? Okay, sit down. I'm glad to see so many faces here for the first official meeting of the Donald Trump Resistance Militia. Yeah. Now, are you guys ready to fight for the resistance? Okay, now before we begin, I just need to say, I hate Donald Trump. I hate him. I hate the way he's exploiting the working man, telling them lies. Lies like my father, the steel worker who worked in a steel town, and now there's no steel mills in his steel town, and he just wants steel back. And Donald Trump tells him it's coming back, but Donald Trump doesn't care. He's lying and exploiting the people who have put their faith in him and his lies and his golden White House. I hate his face. I hate his speech. I hate his tweets. I hate the way he fucking talks. I hate his family. I hate everything about him, and I'm ready to do anything I can to fight him. Are you guys ready to fight this? Yeah. Welcome to the Donald Trump militia. Now what we need to do is we need to go around the room and say what we bring to the table, and I will begin. First of all, in the interest of anonymity, my name is Sergeant I'm the Boss. And what do I bring to this militia? Well, let me tell you, I spent 4 fucking years at Dartmouth studying English literature. And if I am able to go back and pull quotes that are inspirational to these troops who are fighting the resistance, you and me, men, then I will do it. I will find inspirational quotes. And I was a minor in creative writing. So if I need to come up with my own quotes, I will come up with my own quotes. Okay, now you.
Me. Okay. Hello. In the interest of anonymity as well, I will tell you that my name is Admiral Pinkerton, after my third favorite Weezer album. And before I begin, I'd like to say I too hate Donald Trump. One of the main sticking points, should I say, that I have with him is his education policy. And especially in light of the amount of spelling errors in his tweets, I find that particularly offensive. Beyond that, I read this interesting article in Medium.com, and it made me think that maybe he is a autocrat, and that he is impinging. He, will inevitably impinge on our freedoms. And I don't like the idea of that. But as far as what I bring to the table here at the Donald Trump Resistance Militia, well, I majored in peace studies, and so I was thinking maybe if there was any conflicts that needed resolving within the Donald Trump Resistance Militia, I might be able to use my skills of mediation to make sure that we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, that's just what we need. It's just what we need. Yes. All right, the resistance is coming together. Okay, next, you. What do you got?
All right, so I know audio production pretty well, so I think maybe I could make an audio documentary about the resistance militia.
Yes. A compelling audio documentary for podcast listeners everywhere is just what we need to capture the spirit of the Donald Trump Resistance Militia. This is all coming together. Now, what about you? You go.
I post on Twitter a lot, and I retweet a lot, and I know Twitter.
Yes, a good hashtag is all we need to bring this Donald Trump down.
And I am a sommelier. So while I may not be able to produce any wine for the Donald Trump Resistance Militia, should we get our hands on some, I will be able to tell you if it is good wine or if it is unsatisfactory.
Yes, only the finest wine for the Donald Trump Resistance Militia.
Do you have any wine right now?
No, I can't afford wine.
Yeah, neither can I. In fact, this is an important point because we're going to need a lot of money. We're going to need to pool our resources so we can fund this fight. Now, does anyone here have any savings?
No.
I don't. I have student loan debt.
Okay. Can any of you ask your moms for money?
Yeah. She'll hook it up.
And that wraps up this month's edition of Eavesdropping on Men. I'm your host, Thanks for listening, and remember to hashtag your boss's pets. Hashtag Plutoapp. Thanks from all of us here at AUD COG. See you next month.